Got a little something there?
Yes, sir.
All right. Here we go. A little bit of passion and unity, a little prayer, and well, we have the logo blocking out this one, but it says there's spirituality up there. Put some things up there so to represent what we're trying to go after here: passion, spirituality, unity, and prayer. Prayer right there. Always say a prayer. All right, let's take this down a little bit. NBA Tuesday, here we are. NBA Tuesday. It's been a plethora of games, 10 of them since last we talked on Thursday. And there's been a couple of surprises, big surprises with Golden State and the Milwaukee Bucks. And speaking of Golden State, I am going to preview them first. But I am Clay Morris. This is Mr.
Erick James.
Mr. Erick James. I am in the Amazing Grace Sports Studio South. He's in the Amazing Grace Sports Studio up north. We're going to switch places in another week. He's going to be in the South, and I will be up north. So we'll let you know how well we get acclimated to where we are at. But I have a feeling he's going to like the studio down here. I have a feeling he's going to love it. That's my feeling. I'll let him tell you more about it when he gets here. So let's get started. Let's get started with the Golden State Warriors traveling. Now, the Golden State, were they the 7th seed or 6th seed or something like that? And no, they had to be the 7th seed because Sacramento was the 2nd seed.
Right.
So, Golden State Warriors thinking that, they got all this figured out, okay? They're going to come in the 7th seed, and they're not afraid of Sacramento. They're just going to go up there and whip some Sacramento King butt, is what they thought. No big deal. We're just going to go up there, and we'll talk more about the behavior later on. But so they walked into Sacramento on Saturday, and they lost 126 to 123, 126 to 123. The Sacramento Kings prevailed over the defending NBA champions, the Golden State Warriors, in Sacramento, and they did it the hard way. They played the whole game from beginning to end, chasing Steph Curry around like he stole something from him. They endured everything the Golden State could throw at them, and they came out in the end, winning the game by 3 points, 126 to 123. Let's start off with those losers first, the Golden State Warriors. And they were blaming Jordan Poole for losing this game. I don't know how that worked. But anyway, Draymond Green, he escaped blame for Golden State losing this game. He played 33 minutes and gave him 4 points. But no, can't say anything bad about Draymond Green, right? Then we have Kevon Looney, played 32 minutes and gave him 8 points. But Kevon Looney ain't getting paid what Draymond Green gets paid. Then we have Steph Curry, played 37 minutes, 11 for 20, missed the final at the end that would have tied the game, had the shot, could have made it, and didn't make it. 11 for 20 for 30 points. Klay Thompson played 37 minutes, was 8 for 19.
Woo.
21 points, okay? And Mr. Dante DiVincenzo played 20 minutes, was 3 for 5 and 10 points. Jonathan Kuminga, well, he only had 8, but Andrew Wiggins actually showed up and played a good game. 28 minutes, 7 for 16, 17 points. And Jordan Poole, 22 minutes, 4 for 10, 17 points. Now, why they didn't play Jordan Poole more and Andrew Wiggins more? Well, they had to give the time to Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. And, of course, Draymond Green, Dante DiVincenzo. And it cost them. Now, I'm going to tell you another thing that cost them. 3 points. They shot 50 3-point shots. 50. And made only 16 of them. That's the way to lose a game. Let's go on with the winners, though. Let's go to the winners. The Sacramento Kings, because they deserve this attention. Not talking about what went wrong for the Golden State Warriors, but what went right for the Sacramento Kings. Domantas Sabonis played 35 minutes, only shot the ball, 17 times, but he only made it 5 times. Obviously, that's not going to happen again. He's going to make more shots than he did. Well, anyway, 36 minutes, 12 points. Harrison Barnes, 36 minutes, 13 points. Keegan Murray, 16 minutes, 1 for 5 for 2 points. He was the weakest link on that team. De'Aaron Fox played 40 minutes, 13 for 27, 38 points. And Kevin Herter couldn't hit the side of a barn. He was played 40 minutes, shot the ball 27 times, only made 13 of them for 6 points. Sacramento was lucky. Malik Monk came off the bench though, and Malik was on fire. I'm going to tell you, if you guys missed this game, if you guys saw this game, you know what I'm talking about. Malik Monk was not taking no for an answer. He is the reason why Sacramento won this game. Came off the bench 29 minutes for 32 points, and Trey Lyles came off the bench 18 minutes for 16 points. But this game was a barn burner and easily the best game of the weekend. But Sacramento prevailed and Golden State came up short. We'll talk more about Golden State as we go on. What do we have, Mr. James?
We got the Knicks doing what they like to do when they're away from home. They like to win when they're away from home. They like to win. Knicks went down to the Cavaliers and gave them a little pepper spray, sprayed them away.
They were tough on
101 to 907. Didn't I tell you my sleeper team? That's one of my sleeper teams there.
Yeah, it is. You picked them. I picked Cleveland, and it looks like you might got this one.
We'll see how it goes. All right, let's look what Cleveland was doing on their side of the world. Evan Mobley, 38 minutes, 4 of 13 shooting for a big 8 points.
Wow.
Mr. Isaac Okoro, 23 minutes, 1 of 6 shooting for a big 6 points.
They're playing at home, too.
Man. Jared Allen, 43 minutes, 6 of 8 shooting. 2 of 2 for the field goal range for 14 points.
Not bad.
Mr. Darius Garland, 43 minutes, 7 of 13 shooting for 17 points. And their high scorer, Mr. Donovan Mitchell, doing his job, 44 minutes, 14 of 30 shooting for 38 points. He was the high scorer.
6 for 16 from three-point line, though. There's the problem.
Yeah, he shot too many three-pointers that he was not hitting. Let's see. And they got, 14 points off the bench. Nothing to speak of. That's the reason why they lost.
And they lost.
That's
a recipe for losing.
So look at the sleeper team, the Knicks. Mr. Julius Randle, 34 minutes, 7 of 20 shooting for 19 points.
Wow.
Mr.
Big 19, Mitchell, though, but he was injured.
Yeah, he's still playing, though. Mitchell Robinson, 26 minutes, 3 of 5 shooting for 6 points. What happened to him? He go out injured? Gotta check that out. Mr. Jalen Brunson, 30 minutes, 11 of 24 shooting for 27 points.
Not bad, 27.
Mr. R.J. Barrett.
Disappeared again.
31 minutes, 2 of 12 shooting for a big 7 points.
Big 7 points from R.J. Barrett. Big draft pick 3 years ago.
Yeah, Mr. Quentin Grimes gave him 27 minutes, 5 points. Oh, boy. And the only person came off the bench and really did a little something was Mr. Hart. Josh Hart gave him 33 minutes, 8 of 11 shooting for 17 points.
On a bad ankle, he still gave him 17 points, more than Obi Toppin and Emmanuel Hartenstein together.
Yeah. Isaiah, yeah. That's the end of that game.
That's the end of that game. Now we get to the game that really matters. The Atlanta Hawks traveled to Boston, Massachusetts, to take on the Boston Celtics. And they lost. As a matter of fact, it wasn't even a close game. As a matter of fact, the Celtics were up by 30 at halftime. That's right. At halftime, the Celtics were up by 30 points. Halftime. So you know how the rest of the game went.
Listen, but Celtics better learn to keep that pedal going.
You're up by 30. What can you do? You're up by 30. What you know? You're going to make it 40, 45?
It's like I said, they let up in that second half. But go ahead.
Let's go with the Atlanta Hawks. They were led by, Mr. DeJounte Murray. He played 36 minutes, 10 for 25. Not very good shooting there, but 24 points, and he led them. Coming in second was Trae Young. Trae played 35 minutes, was 5 for 18 for 16. It's just dismal. Then Clint Capella. He was 6 for 8, 12 points. Mr. Hunter, 30 minutes, 11 points. And Mr. John Collins, I cannot figure this guy out. All the talent in the world, and he'll get you 12 points a game on 5 for 7 shooting. The bench, nobody did anything in particular, okay? 4 of them combined for 25 points. Not going to win that way. And they didn't. Matter of fact, they didn't even come close to winning. Well, let's go to the Celtics. Jason Tatum started the game. Played 40 minutes with 10 for 23, only shot the ball 23 times. Was 3 for 7 from the three-point line for 25 points, an efficient 25 points. Al Horford came in, 38 minutes, 2 for 4, 6 points. Marcus Smart, 4 for 11 for 24 points. And for 11 points, Derek White. Yeah, the guy with the pullback hair and the headband. That Derek White? Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Derek White played 39 minutes with 7 for 13 for 24 points. Where's that Derek White been all year? Well, it doesn't matter. He's here now. Yeah. Jaylen Brown played 37 minutes for 29 points. They got 17 points off the bench. Most notably from, oh my gosh, Robert Williams. Robert Williams gave him 17 points. Am I reading this wrong?
Robert did his thing, man.
No, he gave him 12 points. Matthew Brogdon only gave him 5. So there's an eruption waiting to happen. When Malcolm gets back out there, he's going to give him 15 to 20. And he gave him 5. They didn't even need him. They were up by 30 points after the first half.
They didn't play Grant Williams at all.
They should have. They were up by 30. Now it's the time to play him when he can't lose the game for you.
Come on. Give Grant a look at it.
Williams.
The New York is my other sleeper team, not doing well though. New Jersey Nets, whoever they are, went on down to
New Jersey Philly. Nets.
Went on down to Philly. They didn't fare so well.
Well,
Philly won 121 to 101.
What's going on? What's going on with the Brooklyn Nets?
I don't know. Let's see. Brooklyn, what we doing? Mr. Dorian Finney-Smith, 18 minutes. 2 of 3 shooting. Oh, boy, for 6 points.
2 of 3.
Wow. Cameron Johnson, 27 minutes, 7 of 11 shooting for 18 points. Mr. Mikal Bridges, 34 minutes, 12 of 18 shooting for 30 points. Not too bad.
No.
Mr. Nick Claxton, 30 minutes, 2 of 4 shooting for 5 points. These guys are MIA.
Come on, they got to get Nick some shots.
Yeah, Spencer Dinwiddie, 36 minutes, 5 of 12 shooting for 14 points. And they played their bench. They was all in single digits except for Curry.
Yep, Seth Curry gave them 10
points. And they lost. That's why
they lost.
Nobody's putting anything in the slot there. You got to play. You don't want to win that machine. You got to win that money. You got to win the slot machines there. Come on, guys.
You're gonna have to pull that handle.
Something. All right, let's see what Philly did. Mr. PJ Tucker, 25 minutes, 6 points. Mr. Tobias Harris.
That's right. Tobias.
29 minutes, 9 of 14 for 21 points.
Oh, my gosh. They're going to lose if Tobias is going to score more than 15 points. There's no way.
I don't know. Joel Embiid, 33 minutes, 7 of 15 for 26 points. Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese was doing a little bit of hustling.
Yeah, Tyrese gets in there.
Yeah, 33 minutes for 13 points. And your best player.
Oh,
Mr.
my God.
James Harden, 36 minutes.
God.
He was he was the second highest scorer, 23 points. And their bench, they didn't do much. But they did enough to win the game, 121 over 101.
Yeah, the 76ers. I don't think the Nets are ready for prime time. They're laying eggs.
I'm gonna have them warm up the first 2 games to see how they do after that.
Well, they've been warmed up and cooked for 2 games. I mean, we'll get to that second game. Speaking of which, a team that's not ready Minnesota. They went into Denver. And man, they got killed. They lost by 29 points. Is Denver really this good of a defensive team? I don't think so. I don't see how this is working out. Denver's just a mediocre defensive team, but they killed. Okay, let's just get into it. The Denver Nuggets won the game 109-80. 109-80, and Minnesota was lucky to get 80 points. We're talking about the NBA, where they score 180 points a game. These guys couldn't even get half that.
Yeah, they had a slow start. Slow start to no start.
Well, let's just get right to the ugly particulars. Rudy Gobert. Yes, Mr. Rudy. Rudy. Tutti Frutti. 26 minutes, 8 points. Karl Anthony Towns didn't do much better than Rudy. Between the two of them, they had 19 points. And Karl's supposed to be one of their big guys, big guns. Played 30 minutes, was 5 for 15 for 11 points. Mike Conley just didn't even show up. 25 minutes for 8 points. Who was this Alexander guy? Something Alexander somebody.
That's Nikhil Alexander Walker.
Yeah. 7 points. Well, his name took longer than it took his points. 7 points. Anthony Edwards, 28 minutes, 6 for 15, 18 points. It's really not that much to say off the bench. Kyle Anderson, the guy that Rudy Gobert threw the punch at, he had 11 points. And Jay Norrell had 12 points. And other than that, it's really not much to talk about off the bench. They got nothing. Let's go to the Denver Nuggets. Now, maybe this is the reason why Denver was seeded number 1. But I didn't see them play defense all year. So I'm amiss. I'm confused. Aaron Gordon played 23 minutes, 13 points. Michael Porter, 31 minutes, 18 points. Mr. Jokic, 28 minutes. Really? 28 minutes, 6 for 12 for 13 points. 13 points. Jamal Murray, 33 minutes, 9 for 22, 24 points. And Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, 31 minutes for 15 points. I don't see anything special there. Bryce Brown came off the bench in game 14. And really, that's it. They got 25 points from the bench total. 26 points. And I think Minnesota just laid the egg. How bad could they have played to just get 80 points? Pretty darn bad.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do?
We got the Clippers next. Clippers and Suns. What we got?
Clippers and the Suns. I was looking at the Suns being the top scorer in here, but it looked like the Clippers kind of snuck it in even without Paul George.
Yeah.
What's going on with my Suns? Let me take a look.
They are sinking. They're sinking Suns. The sun is setting.
It's beginning. Just beginning. It's only one game. Game 1. Only game 1. Hopefully they'll figure it out. Because this guy here, Kevin Durant, he played a whole 45 minutes.
He's that well that he could play 45 minutes.
7 of 15, and he gave him 27 points.
He's a +4.
But they didn't give him the ball in the last 5 minutes, I believe.
They can't expect to win.
Got to work that out, man. Torrey Craig gave him 27 minutes, 9 of 12 for 22 points. Mr. DeAndre Ayton gave him 33 minutes, 8 of 16, shooting for 18 points.
Plus
your boy,
13.
Chris Paul. 39 minutes, 2 of 8, shooting for a big 7 points. Then Devin Booker gave him 43 minutes for 10 of 19, shooting for 26 points. Bench gave him a total of 10 points.
10 points off the bench.
10 points off the bench. So
they ain't going anywhere with that.
Bench, you got to pick it up, and y'all got to give Kevin the ball in that fourth.
Well, that's Chris Paul. Chris Paul's the point guy.
Yeah, Chris.
Well, and he won't give Kevin Durant the ball, huh?
Come on, Chris. Come on, man. Well, let's look at the Clippers.
Yeah, let's look at the winners.
We like winners. Nicholas Batum. 21 minutes, 1 of 3 shooting for a big 3 points. Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, 42 minutes, 13 of 24 for 38 points. He's holding it down. He stays healthy.
He's the man.
Invicta Zubac, 30 minutes, 5 of 8 shooting for 12 points. Your boy, Mr. Russell Westbrook.
Man.
36 minutes, 3 of 19 shooting.
3 for 19.
For a big 9 points. Dude, he's going away. Like, dude, come on, man. Come on. We have Eric Gordon, 33 minutes, 7 of 14 shooting for 19
Thank gosh for Eric Gordon. I mean, where would LA have been without Eric Gordon? Somebody doing something on that team.
Norman Powell came off the bench, 23 minutes, 5 of 10 for 14 points. And Mr. Terrence Mann came off the bench, 24 minutes, 3 of 6 shooting for 10 points.
Field of Dreams, Terrence Mann.
34 points from the bench, and it was enough to win. 115.
And it was enough to win.
110.
In Phoenix. Phoenix. So you can't argue with that. In Phoenix. Speaking of upsets, well, Phoenix Suns, that was one upset. Yes, definitely. Yeah, that was an upset. They were expected to win in Phoenix. Okay? But this upset's even bigger because Miami went into Milwaukee and defeated the Milwaukee Bucks 130 to 117. 130 to 117. And it wasn't even, close. Really that close. I mean, Miami was all in them. They were just jacking them and slapping them and taking whatever they wanted. Jimmy Butler looked like some slithering serpent slipping around. They couldn't touch him. He's sliding all in between people making impossible shots. Tyler Hero broke his hand, and it still didn't stop Miami from laying a plastering on the Milwaukee Bucks. How did this happen? Well, it happened because Giannis got hurt early in the game and left. And after that, that was about all she wrote. Okay? Milwaukee was not able to get it together after that. And that was pretty much the game. So let's get into the particulars. Who did what for Milwaukee while Giannis was out? Well, let's just start with Giannis. Giannis played 11 minutes, just 11 minutes before he was gone. 2 for 4 for 6 points. Mr. Chris Middleton, who was supposed to be back, didn't play all last year. Well, played 33 minutes, was 12 for 20 for 33 points. Robin Lopez came back down to earth without Giannis around. Played 36 minutes, 4 for 7 for 10 points. Mr. Jrue Holiday. He has another brother named Justin, another brother named Aaron, but Jrue is the man. Jrue played 35 minutes for just 16 points. Yep, not a good day. 6 for 18. And Mr. Grayson Allen. I knew this was going to happen to Grayson. Actually, he had a pretty good game, but if you're not taking the shots, Grayson, they go to somebody else. He was 5 for 7 for 12 points. They got 21 points from Mr. Bobby Portis. But after that, they had 40 points total, but after that, nobody else did anything much. Now let's get to the winners. The winners are the Miami Heat, and I hate to say this because I cannot. They are like the. Well, anyway, Miami. Miami won the game, and Jimmy Butler was 15 for 27, 35 points. Played 43 minutes. Let's just hoping that they keep riding him till he wears out by the time they get to the Celtics. Bam Adebayo played 33 minutes, 10 for 18, 22 points. Mr. Gabe Vincent, 33 minutes, 5 for 6 for 15 points. Tyler Hero, 19 minutes before he broke his hand with 12 points. And Matt Struss played 38 minutes with 3 for 5. Kevin Love, there was a Kevin Love sighting. And who knew? He could still play. I mean, he hadn't played all year. And when he did get to Miami, he was terrible. But Kevin Love, it's the playoffs, and things have changed. He played 23 minutes, was 5 for 9 for 18 points. And Mr. Caleb Martin, yes, Caleb Martin, who has a brother who's a twin, played 26 minutes, 5 for 7 for 15 points. And that was the name of all that you need to know. The best scored 38 points total. And Miami won that game with a little bit of heat.
With a whole lot of heat.
A whole lot of heat on them.
But
what's your favorite team? You get your favorite team.
Look here. My favorite team, Clay's favorite players.
The only team that I hate worse than the Miami Heat got to be the LA Fakers.
LA went on down, check out the Grizzlies, and they
Grizzlies
won
checked out.
128-112. Look at that.
Not even close.
Let's see what these Grizzlies got
in
going
Memphis. They went to Memphis and laid the slap down on them.
Well, they done did the darn thing.
Yeah.
Jaren Jackson
smacked down on them.
For the Grizzlies. Jaren Jackson gave him 37 minutes, 13 to 21 shooting for a big 31 points.
Jaren Jackson brought it, baby. Brought it.
Xavier Tillman, 22 minutes, 1 of 4 shooting for a big 4 points.
That's right. Crickets, baby. Crickets.
Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks gave him 29 minutes, 5 of 13 shooting for a big 15 points. Ja Morant, while he was there, gave him 30 minutes, 8 of 14 shooting for 18 points. And then I think he jacked his hand up with his wrist and went out injured. Bye-bye. Desmond Bain.
Desmond Bain.
37 minutes, 6 of 18 shooting for a big 22 points.
Somebody had to do something there.
Yeah, because the bench was all in single digits, so there wasn't nothing happening.
Nothing to talk about from the bench.
Dang. Look at L.A. L.A., 37 minutes, 10 of 14 shooting for a big 22 points for Mr. Davis.
Yeah.
He did all right.
I want you to know something. Plus 27. He has the highest rating of anybody on the team.
Wow. Mr. Gerard Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt, yeah.
23 minutes, 2 of 4 shooting for big 4 points. King LeBron James, 34 minutes, 8 of 16 shooting for 21 points.
It's a +7 when he's out there on the court. +7.
D'Angelo Russell, 36 minutes, 7 of 17 shooting for big 19 points. And then we got Mr. Austin Reeves, 31 minutes, 8 of 13 shooting for 23 points.
And LeBron was 3 for 8. Didn't do too bad at the 3-point line, 3 for 8.
And he hit all his foul shots. What a guy.
Of course.
We got Rue Hachimura. Came in, gave him 30 minutes, 11 of 14 shooting, +12 and a plus-minus 29 points.
29. That's the guy I said I wanted the Celtics to get. Jeez.
Wow, they might have a little help there because they only got another 10 points from the bench, total 39 points total from the bench. And
all they needed was Hachimura.
Everybody got some burn.
All they needed was Hachimura coming in there and doing what he needs to do. Big, strong, athletic kid with a motor.
Yeah. Well, LA win 128-112.
Memphis loses 128-112. And I think that was more on Memphis. Those guys, they don't know how to play team ball. Speaking of team ball, we're back to the Brooklyn Nets and the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, we did Saturday's games, we did Sunday's games, and the next 2 games that we're about to do occurred last night. 76ers took on the Brooklyn Nets again. Yes, and the results were the same. 76ers won, Brooklyn lost. 96-84, 96-84. Well, Brooklyn, it's going to be a short series, and I'm sure, the 76ers are going to love that because they're all tired and slow and old and beat up. And if you don't give them any kind of resistance, they're going to love this. 2 games in a row, they've beaten you easily. So let's start off with how Brooklyn lost. How did they lose? I'll tell you how they lost. Because Dorian Finney-Smith played 27 minutes and only got you 8 points. Okay, but it gets worse. Mr. Nick Claxton played 21 minutes and gave you 0 points. Cameron Johnson, Mr. Cam Johnson played 41 minutes, gave you 28 points. Mikal Bridges played 41 minutes, gave you 21 points. And Spencer Dinwiddie played 41 minutes and gave you 12. The bench gave you a total of 15 points, and that's how you lose a game. You have one guy that scores 8 points, another guy that scores 0, and you can't get off the snide. They lost 2 in a row to 76ers. I don't see where this is going to end. Even when the 76ers have a guy named P.J. Tucker. P.J. Tucker, who played 22 minutes and gave them 0 points. No. Brooklyn can't take advantage of it. Tobias Harris, again, gave him 20. That's terrible defense. Joel Embiid played 37 minutes, gave him 20. Tyrese Maxey was the high scorer for the 76ers, playing 40 minutes and giving them 33 points. And James Harden fell back down to earth, but Brooklyn still could not do anything about it. James Harden played 38 minutes and gave him 8 points on 3 for 13 shooting, and yet Brooklyn still couldn't pull this out. Well, you didn't get anything from the bench. You got 15 points from 5 people. Really? From the 5 people, only 2 people scored. And that was that. That was that. 76ers won. They beat them again. I don't see. I see a very. Let me see. Let me look into my crystal ball. I see a very short future for the Nets.
Here's another one that looked like a very short future. The Golden State Warriors.
Woo! Now
down there and checked out the Kings.
This is the game.
Thinking. It said we dropped 1 game, but we are the champions, so we can rely on our experience. Our experience is going to carry us, and we can do business as usual, and we can run over these boys.
Yeah, we're gonna run over them, all right.
Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way.
Didn't work out that way.
They had this guy that they call Draymond Green.
Oh my gosh! The guy who steps on people's chests in the middle of the game.
No respect for the game.
No respect for the game.
No respect for the fans who pays his bills. And
no respect for his community, because basically he is fostering black on black crime out there on the basketball court, and the NBA needs to start holding him accountable for his behaviors. Now, the way he talks to the refs is abysmal. Nobody should be talked to like that anywhere.
Anyways, and to boot, he played 31 minutes and gave him 8 points. So
8 points.
He really
he doubled what he gave him the other game. He only gave him 4 before, so 8. He's moving in the right direction.
Let's see. How many blocks did he have? 0. How many steals he had? 1. How many assists he had? 5. How many rebounds he had? 4. How many foul shots did he make?
1 for 2. How did they send him to the line? He's the one creating all the contact.
And then one of 2 3-pointers. So is he really need to be out there? I don't think so.
I don't think he needs to be out there on a number of reasons, and not just because of his basketball play, but because of his basketball behavior, which I term to be horrendous. And I don't think any kid should be watching the way Draymond Green plays and think about emulating this at your nearest playground. It's not going to end well.
No. Getting $25 million to do it, though. So what are you going to do?
Yeah, and they pay him to behave this badly and try to hurt people out there on the court. I'm serious. He's trying to hurt people out there on the court.
Oh, let's check out the rest of the players. Kevin Looney gave him 23 minutes, 3 of 7 shooting for a big 6 points. Mr. Andrew Wiggins, 39 minutes, 9 of 19 shooting for a big 22 points. Seth Curry, 41 minutes, 9 of 21, 3 for 13 from the 3-point lane, 28 points.
Not good.
He's throwing them up there, but you miss a whole 10, man, so you got to do something else.
Yep.
Klay Thompson, 38 minutes, 7 of 13, 5 of 10 from the 3-point land, 2 of 2 at the foul line, and we got 21 points from him. Let's see. Only Gary Payton gave him 27 minutes, 13 points. And
there's a Gary Payton sighting? Yeah.
Poole was MIA with 4 points. Moody was MIA with 4 points. So they gave him 21 points from the bench, and they lose.
And they lost again for the second game in a row. They've lost. And Draymond Green is still on the court. Hasn't been suspended. Hasn't been reprimanded for his behavior.
There was a double tech on that.
Double tech. Why do they call it double tech? Because they didn't. Draymond Green starts it all every time.
Yeah, but they say he held his foot. When he held his foot, Draymond stepped in his chest. I don't know.
Oh, he put his hands up, so he held. They're saying that Draymond, stepped on. Wait a minute, Draymond stepped on his chest, and they say the reason why is because he held his foot.
Yeah.
How did the guy end up on the ground?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Could it be like a Draymond Green related incident that he ended up on the ground?
Maybe.
I mean, really, NBA, how stupid can you be? It's time for you to stop putting your head down and looking at the ground when it comes to Draymond Green's behavior. We don't want the black youth or any youth of America emulating Draymond Green's behavior.
You gotta do something for somebody to seriously get hurt,
And they're seriously getting hurt. They're just not reporting it. I'm sure they're suffering sprain this, sprain that, separated this, separated that, and they just play through it. But the NBA knows. They know this is happening, and they're allowing it. They are allowing it to happen.
All right, we got 3 games coming up tonight. The Hawks and the Celtics, the Cavs and the Knicks, and the Clippers and the Suns. Right now, everybody's 1-0.
My money's on the Celtics, and I think the Cavs are going to bounce back.
I'm going with the Knicks.
And then what's the third game?
Clippers and the Sun.
Whoa.
Suns are going to bounce back. Suns are going to bounce back.
You think the Suns are going to bounce back?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to take the Clippers in this one then. Because they might have the formula. As long as Chris Paul is out there on the floor passing the ball to Devin Booker, I don't see how the Suns are going to win at the end.
They're going to fix that today, man. They're going to fix it.
Fix it. They had it's supposed to be fixed. This is the playoffs.
Yeah, they had to make an adjustment.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe take Chris Paul out the game and put in a guy who knows how to pass the ball to Kevin Durant.
They had to take him to the medicine cabinet and work it out.
Take him to the woodshed. I don't know about you guys. I know I'm old. But when I stepped out on the court, and my compadre here can tell you, I stepped out there to win. I don't want to hear anything about losing or why we lost. Excuse me, we're supposed to win. You know what? If you got Kevin Durant on your team and you're losing, I don't know what to say to you. You give the ball to the guy who's going to win you the game.
That's it.
And get out the way.
Move.
Darn it.
Get out the way.
Move. So what we got? So tonight I'm taking the Celtics. You're taking the Celtics. I'm taking Cleveland. You're taking New York. And you're taking the Suns. And I am taking
Clippers.
The Clips to win. We'll see what happens, everybody. But I think I got it. I think I'm going to be 2 for 1. I think the only one that I'm going to lose out on is probably the Knicks beating Cleveland again. We'll see what happens. Cleveland comes so far, and then they can't get over the hump. Yeah, but those are the breaks. Anything you want to say in closing about Draymond Green, Golden State Warriors, Sacramento Kings?
We'll see. We'll see if the league does anything about it. If they don't do anything about it, there's going to be more occurrences before the playoffs are over. Because the frustration is going to build.
Yep.
And when the frustrations build and you already acting stupid and nobody disciplining you for it, then you'll get even more stupid.
He's going to get more stupid, and then he's going to piss somebody off on the freaking Sacramento. Then the bench, punches are going to be thrown. The benches, and all this could have been nipped in the bud because you should penalize Draymond Green right off the bat in the beginning when he begins his bad behavior. Okay, call a technical on him. Call him twice in the game. Throw him out the game. Okay, that's all that has to happen, and the games will go smoothly. I guarantee you, the next game he comes in, he won't do that crap again. That's all you got to do to end all this stupidity. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
We're good.
We're good.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all want to see everything happen good to everybody, and we all wish the best for everyone. And bad behavior should not be tolerated, whether it's in the NBA, the NHL, which is starting up in their playoffs, or in baseball, which is going on right now. So we encourage everyone to behave responsibly. That includes people who don't. Okay? Because your behavior sparks other people to react. And many times this reaction ends up going badly. We know. So cut out all the cursing and swearing. Cut out all the woe is me. You're making $25 million a year. Act like you have a brain in your head and some responsibility to your family, and to the NBA, and to the other players, and to the kids that watch you. Somehow that's getting missed.
Old school would say bad behavior don't get rewarded. You don't reward bad behavior. So referees, you got to step up.
You got to step up. The league has got to step up. With that, I'll let you close out. However you want to close it out, Mr. James.
All is well. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Depending on where you're at, good weather, not so good weather, okay weather. All is good. We're still alive. Weather. We're still standing, so it's all good.
It's all good.
I've been great. You've been super.
Major League Sports Network, we're here for you with passion. Oh, wait a minute. With passion, unity, and prayer. And if our logo wasn't there, you would see over here that it says spirituality. Prayer and spirituality are at the top. I'm going to take that logo out and move it. Put it over where my face is or at my chest or something. Behind me, we have a picture of Ali and Foreman. And this is the original ticket that was sold for $100.
Good stuff.
Yep, you can $100. You could have went and saw Ali versus George Foreman back in 1974. That didn't end well for George, but George came back, and I think this is a lesson to everybody. If you fall down or if you get knocked out, get up, get your butt up, and go back at it and make it happen. Bring some joy into the world, make people happy, which George learned how to do because he was a pretty bad cat when he was back there. Not a nice person. When he came back, he was a preacher, and he changed everything. So the blessings go up. When the blessings go up, the blessings come down. No, when the prayers go up, the blessings come down.
One more thing. Only time you look down on a man is when you're picking him up. Remember that.
That's right. The only time you look down on a man is when you pick him up. With that, we're out of here because we could talk all day. We'll talk to you later. Thank you for showing up. Let's just end this with, I think we got some music to close out with. How about this? There we go. Not too shabby. There we go. That's our music. That's our theme.
There you go.
All right, man. I'm going to end the stream.